am I?
Hey guys, guess whose mic disconnected while he was recording this and who's not gonna re-record it?
Hello everyone, it is me, Hunter, and I am back from seeing Iron Lung. Iron Lung is a 2026 horror science fiction film directed, written, starring, and edited by Mark Fishbach, aka Marky Moo, aka Markiplier, aka that guy that threw his chair while playing a video game I will never ever play in my life.
This is why I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't really have much of a story about why I watched this. I was just interested that Markiplier made a movie. I think it's interesting that YouTubers are making more of a traditional leap to the act of filmmaking. We saw it earlier last year with Chris Stuckman with Shelby Oaks, a thing that I swear to God I thought was supposed to come out in like 2023, but that probably got delayed because of COVID and like strikes and all that. I didn't see it, so I don't have an opinion on it, but I do have an opinion on Iron Lung, both the movie and the video game it is based on, because I played Iron Lung the day before I saw the movie. So before we actually move on to the movie, I want to briefly talk about the game that it's based on. Iron Lung is a short horror experience created by David Zemansky. Many of you know him from Iron Lung, but I know him from DUSK, one of the greatest video games ever made, and that is not hyperbole, that is a fact. My opinion, but it is also a fact because my word is law on my own YouTube channel. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where an event called the Quiet Rapture has occurred, completely removing all inhabitable planets and slowly making the stars die one by one. Humanity is scattered all throughout the cosmos, only existing on a few straggling space stations. There are very few resources left in the universe, and humanity is struggling to survive. That is until they see a very strange sight, an ocean of blood on an errant moon in the galaxy. I don't remember which moon. I don't know, sue me. You go play it. It's $7, dude. That is where you come in, dear convict. You are sealed inside of the Iron Lung and dropped into the ocean of blood. Your goal, take pictures of various anomalies within the ocean. You do that, you're free. You can go home. You can walk away to whatever exists out there. The game itself is quiet. It's atmospheric. It is soul-crushing. It is just you and the submarine in the ocean. You can't see outside. They closed the porthole. You don't know what's out there. The only thing you have is your map and the controls. And you can see outside by taking pictures. That is your only means of visualization of where you're at. It is really, genuinely, honest to God, terrifying. I love the game. It came out in, I think, 2023. Either 2023 or 2022. I don't know. I'll have Editing Hunter put it up here. I missed it. Admittedly, I watched Markiplier play it. But I figured I should actually give the game a chance since I'm going to be seeing its movie adaptation. Plus, I like David Zemansky. I like DUSK, and I like a lot of the other, like, smaller things he's done. I haven't played Squirrel Stapler. Don't know if I want to. That game is my own personal fucking nightmare because I do not like being underwater in any video game, let alone a horror game. I have a bit of a fear of being submerged and drowning. I haven't gotten that clinically diagnosed, but I think most of us do. You will never ever catch me playing Subnautica. Fuck that fucking game. That's bullshit. And the game is so good at creating just this oppressive atmosphere. You feel hopeless in that submarine. And it took me a little bit to actually like get around the controls and how to navigate, because I'm not good with like latitude, longitudes, angles, stuff like that, but I think the game itself is good enough at kind of really railroading the player into forcing them to learn this stuff, because otherwise you're just gonna ram into a wall, like I did. That was my first achievement, was ramming into a wall. Side note, I got this game on GOG, you know, good old games, because it was on sale at the time. Fuck that launcher. Fuck the achievement notifications. That shit is so loud and I don't know how to turn it off. I'll play it right here. That's fucking nonsense, what that is. I hate that it does that. That scared the shit out of me and made the game way worse. It's just such a genuinely scary experience because you don't know what the hell is out there. And you don't really know anything. You don't know, like, the details of the Quiet Rapture. You don't know why there's an ocean of blood on this random moon and it shouldn't exist. You don't even know if the blood is people. That's another thing. We don't know why it's blood. That is, unless you look into the lore. In some update, I think it was literally called the lore update. They added a computer to the back corner of the submarine, and you can type into the computer certain terms, and they can lead you different places. And so you can learn more about the world, maybe more about the convict, the organization that actually created the Iron Lung. I didn't really look into that too much. That wasn't really my thing, because I think stuff like that, while it is cool and it can add to the world of the game, I feel like it takes away a lot of the mysterious aspects of it. I like that you don't really know what's going on in the game. And I don't know, I feel like it makes it a little bit less scary. Not by much. Not by much. I can tell you right now, that second to last anomaly, that shit had me freaking out. Because it's just shaking your screen. There's this loud droning noise that won't go away. Everything just starts like pulsating. You don't know what it is. Even when you take a picture of it, you don't know what it is. And I didn't even catch this when I played the fucking game. But you just teleport out of there. That freaked me out. That's so cool. And I like that I don't know what that is. And I want to keep it that way, man. Like, I really do. And then, of course, you get the fish. You see the eye. I need to be real. When I saw the eye, I immediately Googled, how long does it take for the jump scare to happen in Iron Lung? I think it was like, how abruptly does it end? And it just says, as soon as you actually reach it. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's so good at instilling fear. I love this game. I don't know if I'll ever really play it again, but, or at least not within the foreseeable future, maybe down the line, but it's so good, it's so effective, and I do think you should buy it and play it. I think it's worth $7 or $8. I don't know how much David charged for it. I know he upgraded the price by like $2 after the movie got announced. Everyone got mad at him. It's like, oh, boo-hoo. Bro, let the guy make money, man. Like, that shit's awesome. I think more devs should charge more. Every indie game should cost like $30. By the way, I'm sorry if the camera's shaking. The cable is a little heavy. You're going to have to deal with it. Editing Hunter's going to have to deal with it.
No, I'm not, because you didn't check the microphone connection, dumb fuck.
Now we have the movie. So Markiplier announced this movie. I want to say it was either in 2023 or 2024, but he announced it pretty soon after he played Iron Lung. And it's so funny going back and watching him play it. By the way, I'm not going to explain to you who Markiplier is. This isn't a video essay. You know who Markiplier is. You're on YouTube. You've fucking seen his face. You've probably seen this one. Or this one. Or my favorite, this one. But you watch him play this game, and then you watch him do the lore update, and you can just see, like, the wheels turning in his head. Like, oh my gosh, this game is so cool. I have to do something about this. Chica, get me the phone. Put David Szymanski on the line. And you know, I like Mark. He's the only reason why I even know, like, what's going on in, like, Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never played those games. I don't plan on it. Why would I do that when I can just watch Markiplier play it? And like I said earlier, I am interested in YouTubers, like, transcending YouTube and going to a different medium entirely. I know there's, like, a history of YouTubers going to, like, television or, like, doing sports. But when they go into, like, a more creative field, it does pique my interest. I am glad that Smosh the movie exists. So I went to see it. Admittedly, I saw this like the day after it came out. I'm just making a video about it now. The theater was fairly packed. A bunch of people stole our seats, but that's whatever. I made sure to be a passive-aggressive little bitch about it, and I complained about it every chance I got. So I sat my white ass down and watched Markiplier's Red movie. And... okay. Yeah, it's alright. I'm not gonna call it like an Oscar winner. I don't even think it's like a great horror movie. I don't even think it's a horror movie at all. I don't think it's scary. I don't think it does enough to fully build tension, to like build up to something like genuinely terrifying. But that does not mean I think the movie is bad. If anything, I think it's an amazing first attempt. Now, there is something to be said about Markiplier's platform as a YouTuber, because this is pretty much self-financed to my knowledge, and $3 million is a lot of money, and I know he's paying for that out of pocket. I also know Markiplier probably has a lot of money in the bank anyways, but the fact that he is willing to use his wealth to pursue something artistic, something very, I want to say, creatively fulfilling to him, and just like creating something, I think is like beautiful and admirable, and I hope he continues doing it, because Iron Lung as a film, while I don't think the writing is all the way there, I don't think the acting is all the way there, kind of. I'll come back to it, Mr. Fishbuck, don't worry. The production design of Iron Lung is like first rate. The Iron Lung itself, I don't remember the actual name of the submarine. That's probably in the lore. I forget. I don't know. It looks amazing. It's almost a one-to-one translation of the actual submarine from the game. And I only say almost because the controls are different. He actually gave it real submarine controls with like the levers. So I think that actually fits it a lot better. The camera and the computer look unreal. I can't believe that he was able to actually get a team to like faithfully create it that much. The lighting as well, because a lot of people, especially with modern films right now, they like complaining that movies are too dark. You can't see shit. Where are the gaffers? I think it completely works in this movie, because the Iron Lung in the game in general uses, it's very dark. It uses a lot of darkness to like really obscure your vision, so you can't really tell like what's in the submarine itself, and I think that fits perfectly in the movie. I like that you can't see shit in this. It's just so like red and rusted. It just looks so uncomfortable. It looks hot to be in. And whenever the movie keeps it practical with like the effects, it looks unbelievably good. Mark gets the shit kicked out of him in this movie, man. He's just like flying all around in the submarine, you know, shaking it. He's like going against the walls, hitting the floor. He's crawling in vents. It just looks so uncomfortable. And I can tell he put himself through a lot to actually make this. Case in point, the fact that he went to the hospital and he looked like this. Now that I've seen the movie, I know exactly how he got that injury, and I commend him for it. I love how much actual practical filmmaking is in this movie. And it looks good too, like cinematically. I think a lot of the camera angles, they utilize the small space of the Iron Lung like really well. And there's a lot of good close-ups. There are a lot of neat use of the shadows. I think it's almost there as a horror film. It's just not scary, man. Credit to Mark for not putting jump scares in the movie. Shoutouts to you, big dog. I know that took restraint, and I thank you for it, because I think jump scares suck ass. Yeah! But I don't think the movie itself is very terrifying. There are a lot of like unknown creepy aspects to it, and there's a lot of great sound designs with the outside of the submarine, the creaking, just like all of the pipes like slowly bursting with condensation and hot air. I think that's really nice, but I don't think there's enough real silence in the film, and I don't think it builds up enough like genuinely, I know I keep repeating this, but like tension. It doesn't feel as suffocating or as oppressive as the game does. And I hate to say this, I think it's mostly because Mark talks. And that sounds really mean, but I need you guys to hear me out for a sec. When Mark is silent, when he's reacting to everything around him with his facial expressions, his body movements, I think he's fantastic. I'm not kidding. I think he's really good in that role. Like, I know a lot of that just comes with being a YouTuber because, like, being a Let's Player is a very reactive kind of, like, form of entertainment. But I think he's really good in this role. But the writing, the dialogue, it's not there, man. I'm gonna be real fucking honest with you. Mark curses way too fucking much in this goddamn movie. I don't know what the hell his problem is, but he needs to clean that fucking filthy mouth of his. Like, when he's actually speaking, I don't think he acts scared enough. He doesn't act stressed enough. It's mostly a lot of, what the fuck? Fuck me! When he said fuck me for the first time in the movie, I heard a woman in the crowd say, okay. You're in a movie theater, chill out. He takes his shirt off in this movie. I heard like 20 gasps in the crowd. I know it's mostly 20-year-olds seeing this movie and like film critics who don't give a fuck about Markiplier, but have some decorum, ladies, please. And men. Have some decorum, men, as well. I don't want to come off as sexist. Goodness. I know it seems like I'm complaining a lot about Mark in this movie, and I don't want it to come across that way. I think if there was a better and like much tighter, stronger script, and like if there were maybe a few more takes given, I think it could have been good. But I think a lot of the dialogue is too wooden, not just from Mark, but from like the other people in the movie as well. Because it isn't just him. There are like government operatives just talking to him in the submarine. And I think some of them are voice actors. I don't know the name of the woman. Her makeup looked good, by the way. She has this like scar across her face, and I thought that looked really nice. But very wise of the movie to not leave the submarine at all, just the outside of it. But a lot of it is too descriptive. It's a lot of characters telling you how they feel rather than just showing you. It's a little uneven. I don't know if I'm making sense. Also, I guess this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, but I'll try to keep it vague. So I mentioned the Blood Ocean and the Quiet Rapture earlier on in the review because those are integral parts to the lore and setting of Iron Lung. They go into it a little too much for my liking. They kind of start explaining what the Quiet Rapture is, who or what may have started it. They start doing weird stuff with the fish. I genuinely don't like that. Again, I understand that Iron Lung itself tried to give more of a world and lore and story to the game, but I don't like it in regards to this movie because I think it takes away what made Iron Lung the game so special. The fact that you don't know what the fuck is going on. I honestly think there's too much dialogue in the movie. I think that's what it comes down to. I think, like, I'm realizing this as I'm talking, because I'm sure you can tell by the length of the video, I didn't write anything down for this. These are just thoughts that have been, like, ruminating in this empty skull of mine for, like, a week. But I don't like how much dialogue is in this movie. I don't think it's as tense. I don't think it's as scary as the game because people are talking. And I think if Mark had, like, again, this is not me complaining about him. This is just what I think would have made, like, a bit of a stronger film, in my opinion. I think if Mark talked less, it was more so, like, him just, like, reacting to just this terrible situation he was in. Not really going forward and, like, showing, like, who he was, like, in the past, like, with, like, the filament station, or, like, the, what is it, the Children of Eden? Is that what that group was called? I don't remember. That's in the game, I know, but, like, I wish it was just more silence, just more, like, us, like, just trapped in that metal box with him, like, not knowing what the hell is outside of the walls, just these strange noises. not so much like all the weird cosmic horror stuff or anything. I don't even know if that's a spoiler. I guess I'll put like a warning right before I say that, but it's just like, it's on the popcorn bucket, the 3D printed popcorn bucket that you can 3D print yourself at a local library or by yourself. By the way, make sure you actually look up how to make something like a bowl using a 3D printer, because you're not actually supposed to eat out of those. Also, the CG just looks bad. I'm sorry, it just looks bad. It took me out of the movie outside of the one shot that's in the trailer of him like rising out of the blood. Mark, that's probably how he went to the hospital, by the way. Good job on you. That did look sick when he was actually coming out of like the physical water of blood. That looked really cool, but like all the CG shit around him just really didn't. But I can't fault that too much because the movie was only made with $3 million. And the fact that they made this movie at all, I think, is very commendable. But I'm not going to use that as, like, just cause for, like, not criticizing the film. Because I feel like that can happen, like, a lot with, like, YouTuber-related projects. When it's, like, fans or just people in general seeing it. Because I saw it a lot. Again, I have not seen this movie, no opinion on it. Although I do like Chris Stuckman. I do like his channel. I am Stuckmanized. I'm just going to say that. But I saw it a lot with Shelby Oaks, where a lot of the critics just weren't there for the movie. They either thought it was okay, you know, at the very best it was like okay, or they just said it was kind of like mediocre and bad. But a lot of his fans and a lot of YouTubers in general were just like really like saying like, oh my goodness, the movie is fantastic. It's so good a YouTuber brought this movie into a movie theater. It's such a big win. And they were talking about this without actually talking about the movie itself. And I've seen that a little bit with Iron Lung, although at a much lesser extent. I want to commend Mark for being really open to criticism about Iron Lung. I want to say that I am genuinely impressed with the film because I know I've spent a lot of time like kind of nitpicking or complaining about it, but I cannot stress enough that the movie looks fantastic when it's practical. The effects, the stunts, the makeup. There's a great sequence near the end of the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but the makeup and the actual like visceral like effects that they're doing with it is, oh, it's so good. It's so gross. They made a good change with the blood ocean. That's the one lore thing I do think that I'm glad they added, is that the blood's kind of fucking weird in the blood ocean. I won't tell you what it does, but it's really, oh, it's so cool, man. When it's practical, when it because the movie does look good. There's a lot of polish behind the visual effects, the design, the fantastic score by Andrew Hulshult, who, in general, I love Andrew Hulshult's work. Look up anything he's done, like Dusk, this great 3D Realm soundtrack he did, that was just fan-made. He's in, like, every retro shooter ever. A lot of it by New Blood, but just in general, Andrew Hulshult is great. And I love that he has the chops to, like, make, like, a film score that sounds really effective. I think without it, this already kind of not scary movie would be even less scary, but it's really good. It's really good. I love Andrew Hulshult. He's great. And, you know, I think in general, if Mark makes another movie, he already said he's going to, but he should take a break. And he said he's going to, thank God. This movie got delayed to all to hell thanks to, I don't remember if, like, the strikes had anything to do with it, like the strikes in, like, 2024. Or was it 2025? I don't remember. Everyone's striking all the time. They deserve to, but everyone's striking all the time. But it kept getting like a lot of delays. There were a lot of things with the editing. It had a lot of problems with like distribution. I'm keeping that flub in. I do not care. I've been talking for a while and I'm sweating so bad. It's hot in this room, dude. I want to see him use the lessons that he said he's learned from Iron Lung in his next project. And honestly, I would like something like original. I want to see like a truly like Markiplier voiced story. I know he wrote this movie, but it is using a video game for a basis. I want to see what kind of like genuine horrors Mark can come up with as a director, as a writer, whatever. And if he is going to star in the next movie, I want to see him improve as an actor. I want to hear like really, really good, believable line reads. I don't want him to put on like a tough guy voice or anything like that. I just want to hear him be like super, super like authentic and believable. I cannot stress enough, despite my complaints and some of my misgivings about the movie, I do think Iron Lung is worth a watch. I don't know if it's going to be still in theaters when I eventually put this video out, but I do recommend watching it however you can. I know he's already talking about putting it on streaming or VOD, and I know he's working on a DVD and Blu-ray, and I will get the Blu-ray probably, because I do want to support the film. And I do want to see more films from Mark, because I think he has what it takes. And I think he'll be able to actually get more eyes on him and more funding, because god damn, did this movie do well, dude. So kudos to Mark. I think you did a good job. I think the movie is good. I wish it could be a little better, but I hope I didn't sound too negative, and I hope I didn't sound like a petulant little bitch. I do like the movie, and I do like what you accomplish, and I do think what you did is very important, but I ain't gonna mince words when I say that I think it's just okay. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get out of this blood ocean and going back to playing Uma Musume Pretty Derby on my iPhone. I'll see you guys later.